Okay, so professors, other necessary things you need to know under the discussion of forms of business ownership has to do with membership. So you remember I spoke about how many members can form a specific type of business. Okay, for sole proprietorship, we know it's one person and just one. For partnership, so for sole proprietorship, only one person can form. So one person can form a sole proprietorship only. Okay, so the minimum is one, maximum is one. When we go to partnership, partnership, the minimum is is two persons. The minimum is two persons, and the maximum, I think you should know this one, but definitely I'm sure your teachers would have told you. The maximum number of people that can form a partnership is how many, professors? Osha, you said something. Yeah, go ahead.
Service 2 or more.
So 2 is the minimum, and maximum is how many?
Maximum, like,
okay.
Is it?
And Nicole and Na. Okay, let me take Na, Prof. Na Amali.
Please, the maximum is 20.
Okay, great. The maximum is what? 20. 20. Okay, thank you very much. I think the other professors wanted to say. Great. Now, when we come to companies, it depends on the form of company. So if it is a private company, okay, if it's a private company, then it has a minimum. I think professors know this one, so I'll leave it for us to discuss. And the maximum is also there. Then if it's a public company, it also has minimum and then maximum. So if you know any of them, please put up your hand. Let me call you. Let's take the private first. What is the minimum number of people that can form a private company? Oh, my professors are quiet. Professors? Okay, Portia, how many did you say?
For the partnership.
Okay, I think we have settled on the partnership. The minimum is 2 and the maximum is 20, right? So let's go to the companies, the private companies. Minimum is how many?
2 to 50. 2.
Okay. 2 to 50. And then public.
7 to infinity.
7 to infinity. Okay. So you see, some of the information you are providing were provided or were provisions in the earlier act. That's the 1963 Act 179. But the current act that we read, Act 992 2019, you saw that it gives room for one person to even form a company, right? So for private and public, the minimum can be one person. One person can form a company in Ghana. Elsewhere, it is 2 or nothing else. But in Ghana, the act allows for one person to form a company. Now, the maximum. So in both cases, now let's be specific to just Ghana. Okay, so the 2 would apply to certain countries. But we are in Ghana, so let's discuss issues about Ghana. Okay. Or the law permits one person to form a company in Ghana. Now, for the private, the maximum is 50. And for the public, the maximum is, in fact, infinity. So as many people that want to form the company or join the company can join. Okay, great. Now, my major issue does not even have to do with the minimum and maximum, because it differs from jurisdictions, and in Ghana, this is our case. My issue stems from the fact that why are some companies private and why are some companies public? Okay, now remember that we saw 4 types. Yeah, Prof. Akoli, I'll come to you. We saw 4 types of companies: limited by shares, limited by guarantee, unlimited liability company, and external. But the issue is either of them can be private or public. So at what point would we say a company is private and what point would we say a company is public? Prof. Akoli, let me hear from you before I continue.
Okay, so please, how I understand it is that private companies, the maximum profits, like they create business, like they engage in business activities to maximum profit or to maximum profit, whilst the public companies, they do that for social.
Okay, so Prof. Akoli, what you just said, let me ask: is MTN Ghana prioritizing making profit? Because MTN is a public company, right?
Yes, sir.
So is it interested in making profits or just about, making the citizens, enjoy?
Oh, say it is good, but say it is good, the maximum profit, but the reason is that then how should I explain it?
I think I get your point. Don't worry yourself. I get your point. Okay. Somebody else wants to speak. Prof. Vero?
Yes, please. Oh, maybe this for me.
You want to share your thoughts?
No, please.
Okay. Prof. Portia, you have your hand. Do I need to give you the opportunity if you want to go ahead?
Okay, so say for the private limited liability company, they are not they are allowed to subscribe for shares, but the public limited liability is not allowed to subscribe for shares.
Madam Portia, in fact, if you were a medical doctor today, you would have killed millions of people because you said the right thing, but you have interchanged them. Okay, so the point you make is true, but you've just turned it upside down. So it's the private who are not allowed to, as it were, invite the general public, but the public. So I'm sure that's the point you wanted to make, but you made an error of reversal, complete reversal. So thank you. I appreciate the point you make accurately there, just for the reversal. Prof. Bridget, I haven't heard from you today. Prof. Bridget Obeng. Professor Bridget, can we hear from you? Share your thought. Private, public companies. Why do we have private and why do we have public? I think Prof. Bridget is enjoying some KFC chicken there, so I'll pardon her. So for the private companies, like Prof. Portia said, they cannot invite the general public to come and subscribe to their shares or to come and be owners of their shares. So because of that matter, they don't trade on the Ghana Stock Exchange. And when I say Ghana Stock Exchange, It's an institution where people go and buy or sell the shares of a company. So private companies do not do that. They can only get family members and friends to come and subscribe to their shares. But to the general public, they cannot do that. Okay. That is one unique difference between private and public. The public has the luxury of inviting the general public by trading on the Ghana Stock Exchange. Okay. And then number two, if you are in a private company as a shareholder and you want to transfer your shares, you have to get the consent of all the other shareholders before you can transfer. But in a public company, you can transfer your shares without the notice or consent of any other shareholder. Okay. So, Prof. Akoli, on your point of the public companies are more about, providing social services to improve or seek the welfare of people, I would not take it 100% because some of the public companies are in to make profit. And so I asked you about MTN Ghana, right? They are in to make profit, giddy, 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 like that. That's why they charge us huge internet. Okay, but they are a public company. Okay, it's rather the public corporations or the state-owned enterprises or businesses that seek the welfare of people, like Ghana Water Company, Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, and other agencies of the government. Okay, if Ghana Water is looking for profit, I'm sure we'll buy one bucket of water for 100,000 Ghana cedis. Okay, so that's a bit about the private and the public companies. Now, finally, I'll speak about this, and I think I'll call it a wrap. If you want to form a company in this country, there are certain procedures you have to go through, and there are certain documents you have to make or get before you can get your company registered. However, sometimes you can employ a particular agent to take care of forming or establishing the company. And the name of this agent is called a promoter. Okay. So if you want to form a company in this country, you can seek the services of a promoter. Okay. And a promoter is an agent who is solely in charge of, registration of companies. Okay. So that's also something you should know because it can pop up in an objective test for you. So normally this promoter is any person who is engaged or interested in forming a company, right? Now, before you can form the company, you have to also get certain documents. Yes, Prof. Portia, you have a question, you can go ahead.
Can we say a promoter is a person?
Prof. Sandra, we can't hear you. Sorry, Prof. Portia. I think her network. Let me give our colleague the opportunity. Our colleague, go ahead.
Sir, please, thank you. Sir, please, can a promoter be a business? Like,
yes, it can be a registered firm. Okay, that is into the formation of companies, right? Okay, but they are agents that, as in, see to the formation of a company. So if you want to form a company, you can see a promoter who can be an individual or maybe the person has established a firm in charge of.
Thank you.
Okay. Prof. Portia, if your network is back, you can make your submission. Okay. Now, the last bit I'll talk about is the document that you need to get your company registered or formed. The first one is companies regulation. Okay, companies regulation. So this companies regulation is a document that will have information about your business. Information like the name of the business, the nature of the business, what you seek to do or what you seek to offer, some rights and responsibilities of important officers of the company or members, okay, etc. So it's more or less like the constitution of the company, right? And then you also need these documents. One, we call it memorandum of association, and you also need the article of association. I'll leave professors to search more on some of these things for further knowledge. Now, about the issue of shares. Before a company can issue shares, the company would have to design another document called prospectus. And I think students are familiar with prospectus because before you get admission into a school, you would get the prospectus. It works the same way for a company. Before you can be a part owner of a company, you would have to get a prospectus of the company. And that prospectus will give you details as to, how much shares the company is willing to offer, the prices, some of the things that you need. So these are documents that are used as well. So these are a few things I wanted to draw your attention on as professors. I'll pause for questions and then we can wrap up the lesson. Okay, Prof. Okay, let me call Oswell before. So Oswell, you have the floor.
Please, I wanted to ask the promoter, the definition of a promoter.
Oh, so a promoter is an individual or entity that is interested in the formation of companies, okay? The formation and registration of companies. Or an agent who is... Thank you.
Thank you.
You are welcome, Prof. Prof. Akoli, your question?
Sir, please, I wanted to know the meaning of the memorandum of association.
Okay, so because of time, I would give that to you as a personal assignment. Search on it, but when we meet next time, I'll speak about it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Prof. Josephine.
Sir, please, so the definition for public company, is it that they can invite the general public, the general government in their shares?
Okay, so the definition of a public company is a type of a company that can trade on the stock exchange or invite the general public to subscribe for its shares. Invite the general public. Okay. So they can trade on the stock exchange and they can invite the general public to subscribe their shares. Great. I think it's the same way with schools. You see that we have private schools and public schools. The private, like currently the public school is for all, but for private schools, sometimes some people cannot attend certain private school, like this GIS, Ghana International School. Yeah, not all of us can attend. Please, I don't want to be emotional. Let's end the discussion here. Any other question? But I believe you all know this GIS, Ghana. Is it GIS, Ghana International School or something? Okay. Prof. Bridget. Where is Bridget? Bridget, you are enjoying pizza, so you don't want us to see. Okay. So, professors, thank you very much for making up for today's class. I'll share the recordings. I skipped the other session, so I'll do it and share it all together. Thank you very much. Please attempt my 2 outstanding exercise and assignment and submit. I wish you all the best. Those who are preparing for next class, use the remaining 5 minutes to do so. God bless you. Stay blessed and be good, ladies and gentlemen. Again, when you eat, mention my name so that I can eat some online. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 I hand over the space.